nations go head-to-head. Bragging rights aplenty are up for grabs. Veronica Sux of Hungary brings the boxers together for the final instructions.
Ladies and gentlemen, our judges are ready. Our fighters are ready. Are you ready?
So we are underway, 71 kilogram light middleweight gold medal action between two reigning kings of the continent from the event in Amman, Jordan last year. The man wearing red is 29-year-old Aslanbek Shymbergenov. He's the reigning Asian Continental Champion as the heads come together forcefully and they have a bit of a gentleman's agreement to part and say, "You all right, my man? Okay, let's get back to it." And the man wearing blue operating out of the southpaw stance who was just picked off by a right hand, that is Saijdamshid Jafarov. He took Asian Continental gold up at 75 kilogram middleweight and has dropped down to light middle here. He's cuffed around the rear of the head with a bit of a rabbit blow from the forearm. So despite taking a trip to the canvas, no knockdown, it's a slip. But Aslanbek Shymbergenov looking for the right hand, southpaw right with a counter shot from Jafarov. As the two men fencing with the lead hands. Jafarov wide-eyed and concentrated as Shymbergenov looking to keep him pinned in the corner but bombing away with that southpaw backhand to get himself back to the space of center ring is Jafarov. Referee Veronica Sux calls time, and that is because in the battle for the lead foot between the orthodox and southpaw boxer there's been stamping on of the foot, and during that coming together damage to the nose, and you saw the referee bump her latex-clad fist together. That means that the injury, which was suspected, which was stopped and inspected to clear away the blood, that was caused by an accidental clash of heads. So approaching the midpoint of this opening round, in a bout that is being boxed in a simply unbelievable atmosphere. Drums being pounded, horns being blared, feet being stomped and thunder sticks clapped. Beautiful check right hand out of the southpaw stance, followed by a southpaw left from Jafarov. Overhand right comes in from Shymbergenov. Marauding his way forwards is Jafarov, losing his footing, losing his balance. He steals a glance to somebody outside of the boxing ring before locking his concentration back on the tall Kazakh boxer in front of him. Stakes couldn't be any higher. Neighboring Central Asian nations, each one with rich traditions in the sport of IBA boxing. As again, Jafarov just glancing over to his blue corner, trying to get a sense of how he's doing. It's untidy, it's not the most aesthetically pleasing spectacle, but the level of intensity is off the charts. These two men, encouraged and inspired by the sizable contingents here at the Humo Arena. Left hand to the body, cuffing right hand to the head by Jafarov. But who will be able to keep their cool in this cauldron of an atmosphere? Nice punch kicking from Shymbergenov. Big swing and a miss with the southpaw left from Jafarov as he catapulted himself off the ropes. The nose damage could make breathing more difficult as Shymbergenov comes land with a strong right cross. Check left hook landed out of the southpaw stance from Jafarov. My goodness, that's an intense opening 3 minutes. In this battle for 71 kilogram light middleweight gold. Shymbergenov found his range with a strong opening. Jafarov was right there with him for the majority of for all of the round, but I think the more eye-catching and accurate work overall came from the man in red. But how will the 5 scoring judges see it? Coaches of each corner living every moment, their concentration absolute on the work of their charge in the ring. Remember, IBA live scoring will mean that me ringside The fans in the arena, and indeed you at home, will see the scores, and it's a clean sweep of the cards for Aslanbek Shymbergenov. 10-9 for all 5 scoring judges to take that first round in unanimous fashion.
Round 2.
So into the second round then, and you can bet that the Uzbekistan corner will have told Jafarov that you've just conceded that one, my man. 10-9 across the board, you've got to do something different. And again, this one being contested in a wonderful spirit, but both men in pursuit of victory to claim World Championship gold, and to do it over the neighboring nation. Well, that would etch their name indelibly into legendary status in the annals of IBA boxing, particularly in their respective homelands. That's what's up for grabs here at the Humo Arena. And again, with so much intensity, the southpaw and orthodox styles not necessarily gelling. There are big commitments to a single backhand, and that's why the bodies and their heads keep slamming together, and Veronica Zuk's getting physical. Nice right hand landed around the corner from Jafarov. And she gave both boxers a pat on the shoulder and said, listen to my instructions, clean this up. Approaching the halfway stage, as again she's got to make her presence felt, because it's increasing amounts of clinching, punctuated by just brief bursts of punching between these two boxers. And again, they're falling into interior range, and neither man looking to work on the inside. Left jab is a scoring foot shot before a forearm clips Shymbergenov around the rear of his head. Aslanbek Shymbergenov, ranked number 4 in the world, the tournament number 4 seed, but given what's at stake and the intensity between these two rivals, well, this one at times resembling a barroom brawl rather than the pinnacle of the sport in the gold medal bout at the World Championships. But of course, it's a boxing match, it's a bout, but it's a fight at the end of the day. And the fighting qualities of these two men, well, they're being tested here, because look at how untidy it is, with forearms and wrists and heels of the glove landing. That's a nice right hand to the body, but then look at the 3-shot success upstairs from Jafarov. And again, Jafarov and Shymbergenov entangling. Beautiful bolo shot to the body when Shymbergenov just gave himself a little bit of space to not crowd his work. Nice left hand catching the advancing Jafarov, who continues to swarm his way forwards, but is perhaps guilty of smothering his own opportunities. He's coming forward with such aggressive intent, but it's not really proven to be effective aggression in this second round, at least in terms of sustaining the type of quality that is easy to score. Remember, he conceded the first round unanimously. He gave it absolutely everything in the second round, and in the presence of Elshad Radulov on the left and the towering figure of Bakadir Jalalov, the newly minted and once again super heavyweight champion, this one is as intense as it gets. There on the first replay, you saw the heel of the glove of Shymbergenov into the face of Jafarov. Never stopped pressing. So how will the second round be scored? The aggression being produced, but moments of quality like that right hand bolo shot coming from Jafarov. But then look at that, moments of quality coming from Shymbergenov, but the intensity coming from Jafarov, and that intensity has seen him take the second round on a 3-2 split. So it is all square, 19 points apiece for judges 1, 2 and 3. 20 points to 18 for Shymbergenov for judges 4 and 5. So this 71 kilogram light middleweight gold medal bout has come down to the final 3 minutes. A shootout to determine who will occupy the gold medal rostrum. Check left hand from Shymbergenov, slaps Jafarov to the floor. Veronica Suggs speaking to Shymbergenov about the illegal tactic, and then again the elbow being led with by the man in red. And this one is really ragged up there in the ring, but that was a quality right uppercut, uncaught by Shymbergenov. But Jafarov proving impossible to deter. impervious to the pain of the punches that he's absorbing, just keeps on coming. But this familiar pattern of a big miss with a lead single, followed by a clamping together on the inside, continues with a minute gone in this third and final round. And again, they keep engaging in non-spoken verbal agreements, or non-spoken agreements. Okay, let's break this up and get back to it. But look at that, heel of the glove again. And this one resembling a street fight rather than the noble art of self-defense. It is incredibly intense, and the onus is on the fighting part of the sweet science of the sport of boxing. Approaching the halfway stage of this third and final round. Cuffing right hand landed by Shymbergenov. Burst of punches to the body, followed by success upstairs from Jafarov. But there's a moment of quality. 2 shots, followed by a right cross from Shymbergenov. Everything going in from both of these boxers. Heads, forearms, shoulders, elbows, the heel of the glove. No quarter given and none asked. Look at that, my goodness, grappling up there in the boxing ring. Referee wipes the gloves clean. Inside the final minute, keen to step back into the breach was Jafarov. You can't fault the intensity or the competitive spirit of either boxer, but this one is messy. Both men stealing furtive glances to their corners. I think a moment of quality in the third and final round could be decisive here, because this one, it is as rough as it gets. Headlocks, arm bars, everything bar the kitchen sink going in. So the clock has been stopped. And when we emerge from the bootlace being repaired by the corner of Jafarov, well, it's going to be an all or nothing effort from both men. No quality produced through this point as we approach the 10-second clapper. It's another untidy tangle. Right hand dug into the body from Shymbergenov. There's a cracking right hand and then spinning off the line. And will that be decisive in favor of Aslanbek Shymbergenov? The cleanest shot of the third and final round was produced by the man in red inside the final 10 seconds. Saidjamshid Jafarov never stopped coming on the front foot for the entirety of the third and final round, indeed throughout the second round as well. But I think that moment of quality in the form of a single scoring shot from Shymbergenov will be enough to take the third and final round. And remember, he led 20 points to 19 to 18 for 2 of the 5 judges. The other 3 scores were deadlocks at 19 points apiece with 6 minutes of boxing completed. I think it's the man in red who has done enough to take this one, but Jafarov gave it everything that he had and never stopped coming in pursuit of victory. But a single right cross from Shymbergenov could well be the turning point. Look at the eyes of Saidjamshid Jafarov. No doubt going over that fight in his mind at warp speed. Did I do enough? What more could I have done? An emotional guillotine hanging over the head of both of the boxers. Let's get the official verdict to find out who will be crowned as the world champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, this championship matchup between Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan in the light middleweight division comes to a close after being 3 3-minute rounds. Your judges have ruled in favor of your winner by points, seeing it the same way by unanimous decision. To the right corner is Kazakhstan!
Aslanbek Shymbergenov, overcome with emotion here at the Humo Arena and having been declared a unanimous points decision victor at the conclusion of what was a really rough and ready 71-kilogram light middleweight gold medal bout. Saidjamshid Jafarov of Uzbekistan left it all up in the ring, but a single and surely decisive moments of quality produced in the closing seconds of round number 3